were black and the other, they were white. And so what is supposed to be serious business has become a movie. It's difficult to take anybody seriously when things like this happen. But the strategy of counter-protest is not new to Nigeria's politics. Even though you might not necessarily know who is guilty or innocent, the point is, it is a political strategy. The most recent was with the Natasha drama. Problem at the House of Assembly, unruly behavior, which was tagged unruly behavior because of a sitting arrangement, allegations of sexual harassment, and all that happened. And then some people started protesting for Natasha and against Akpabio. And in what seemed like minutes, we saw another protest of people protesting against Natasha and for Akpabio. And we're like, wait a minute, what is going on? It seems that a counter-protest is designed to invalidate the first protest. It seems that what happens is that the conversation is reduced to a political one. So my conversation for this hour is the culture of counter-protest. Again, I'm not asking who is wrong or who is right. But when you have people in support of one thing and against another, and they hit the streets, and then another group comes out to say, that thing you people are against, we are for it. And what you are for, we are against it. Where does that leave the association of common men, which I happen to be? And sometimes these issues affect us because a protest for or against, well, protest is usually against, a protest against emergency rule or for the reinstatement of the governor, right? That affects you in some way. We have heard that another group of women took to the streets from Ahoda East and Ahoda West. They protested against the state of emergency declared by the president. Their women said the suspension of the governor brought hardship to their families. They called on the president to reinstate Governor Fara and save them from hardship.
President Tinubu reinstate our governor. Since suspended, it has not been easy for us. These women are crying. They are not eating. They are hungry. Bring back Sinalaye Fubara. Bring back Sinalaye Fubara. We don't want state of emergency. I want to ask the federal government, it's good for another person from another state to come and live in the country. I'm asking the big man of River State, why is it so that the wicked overshadow them? It's only wicked in River State. No. Should the River State be enslaved? Make them bring back Sino. No one caretaker. We are hungry. We are crying.
Okay. Part of that was funny, but there's nothing funny about it. Now, the women who were in white stating that they had had enough and they were in support of the emergency rule had this to say.
Yeah, are Rivers women that need peace and good governance. We are gathered here because of the anomalies that are in our system. We thank Mr. President for declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State. We are grateful, we are at peace with it, and we are living well with it.
Okay. So I always like to picture myself as a newcomer. I have never been to Port Harcourt. Nothing has brought me to Rivers State. And then this one time, I decide to cruise in. I drive into the state or I fly in for whatever reason. And they say, easy. Protest did this part of town. I say, oh, that's amazing. What is the protest about? They say some women are asking that the governor is reinstated and they're against the emergency rule. Like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And as you drive to another part of town, they say, easy, women, they protest. They say, no, we've heard about it. They say, it's not that one. They say, is it not the women that wore white? They say, no, this one, they are wearing black. What are they protesting? Did I say protesting? Protesting. He said, these women. What did I say the first time? Anyways, whatever I said the first time, just flip it. And then the person would ask, no vex, what do Rivers people want? Or what do Rivers women want? Do they want the state of emergency or not? You say it depends on the corner. What part of Rivers? One side is hot, the other one is cold. So this culture of counter-protest, this behavior of weaponizing protest, the idea that one side wants A and the other wants B, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it really does give some validity to the assertion that protests are sponsored. I have a break coming up. Immediately after the break, you and I get to engage the culture of counter-protest. Stay with us. Okay, it is Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. It's time to take your thoughts. We're talking about counter protest. 2 or 3, I've been told, have happened in River State in a matter of hours, not even days. One is for the emergency rule, the other is against it. And I'm asking, what is your take on counter protest? I will go through those sounds in a bit and then open the phone lines 0817 923 0002 0817-923-0003. I believe that by listening, you will know who is for what.
President Tinubu, he has stepped our government. Since suspended his beat has not been easy for us. These women are crying. They are not eating. They are hungry. Bring back Sinalaye Fubara. Bring back Sinalaye Fubara. We don't want state of emergency. I want to ask the federal government, it's good for another person from another state to come and live in the country. I'm asking the big man of River State, why is it so that the wicked overshadow them? It's only wicked in River State. No. Should the River State be enslaved? Make them bring back the video. No one can take out. We are hungry. We are crying.
Again, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to laugh, but that was kind of funny. And this is the next one.
Gathered here are Rivers women that need peace and good governance. We are gathered here because of the anomalies that are in our system. We thank Mr. President for declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State. We are grateful, we are at peace with it, and we are living well with it.
Okay. So two different women groups with two different positions. Your take, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. We have gone from talking about protest to counter-protest. Not just one, but two or multiple. The fact that different people are on different sides, fighting for different things around the same time. Let's see. Why is the sole administrator asking for... well, we've gone past the NBA, my dear. 12 the evening to you. You see those women in white that protested yesterday in favor of the state of emergency? I don't know what they came out to protest since the declaration of state of emergency in River State. Can someone point out one tangible thing the sole administrator has attracted to the state? How many foreign investors has he received? Thank God he's asking. Well, if we could get any of them, I'm sure they will have answers to that question. Hello, good evening.
I greet you. Good evening, my brother.
Good evening. What's your name?
It's Dede calling from Ewofe.
All right, go ahead, Dede.
Yes, having carefully listened to you, I think River State really know what they want, irrespective of the counter protest that is ongoing and the political that has been the order of the day. In fact, since I was born, I think today is my first day, if not yesterday, to hear that some group of people will come out and say emergency rule is good for them. Surprising. But that is the era that we are living in today. People countering and people wishing and people saying all sorts of things. It's part of the system. But the truth remains the truth. That when injustice is being celebrated, tomorrow it will still come. Power does not stay long. Whether east or west, there is an end to every power holding person or even power holding as electricity. But it's a surprising thing to me that these ones that you're talking about now has a guy as a police guy protecting them. Then the other ones, when you say allegedly, are being attacked. If something happens, you can imagine a Kwere local government council has been shut down, but only yesterday it was open with full force. So police has finished their investigation and handed it over to the administrator of the local council.
Okay.
It's very unfortunate.
I want to ask you a question.
It's not just man.
Yeah.
We have a limited time.
I have a question to ask you. Hello.
Or 200.
Hello, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay. Now, do you remember 5 years ago when the entire world was hit with a virus called COVID?
Yes, sir.
Good. Would you say that COVID was good for anybody?
Well, I cannot use COVID-19 to compare with what is happening today.
I'm going somewhere. Now, let me tell you,
No.
time because many people were stuck at home, many were streaming and ordering things. Online services soared. Now, if someone says COVID was good for Netflix, would you agree with that statement?
That is COVID-19.
No, hold on. Would you agree?
Emergency rule. You understand what we are doing?
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
We are somebody, because of the power invested on you for no just cause, you remove an elected officer. And that man entered, as he entered, he began to execute something that we know that is one-sided. And you're telling me that I should regard that is good, is COVID-19. It is very wrong.
Okay. So the question is not about wrong or right, and that's what I'm trying to... Again, yes, it's important. But to answer your question, why would someone say that they enjoy state of emergency? The answer to that is nothing is bad for everybody. Nothing. The death of one person is good news to the person selling coffins. Are they praying for someone to die? No. The profits that online-based companies made during COVID, many of them said they had never seen. The careers that started. Now, here's the trick question. If you ask the owner of Amazon and Netflix, would you want another virus to hit the entire world? You and I don't know what answer they would give. But going by the profits they made within that time frame, don't be shocked if any of them says yes. So I'm not standing on the position of this is wrong or this is right. I'm telling you that asking yourself how will somebody say emergency rule is good is because you don't know how they gain from it. That's my position. Hello.
Yeah, Sam.
Good afternoon. Good evening. Go ahead.
The women that came out that we are white, let me just put it like this. Maybe they had an issue with their husband.
Wow. All of them?
No, the women that we put on white yesterday.
That's a lot of women.
They had issue with their husband. The one supporting Wikina. Maybe within male child or female child, they don't give to the man. The man meant and married and that woman gone. The woman still born another male child. With that female child is bringing problem to the house. She born male, the other woman born male. And now the husband is taking care of the one that come new. We don't be happy. We get issues peacefully. Now they come out yesterday. They love the emergency that is taking in River State. My brother is very bad now. They are supporting bad things. Governor Singh was elected. He's doing well in River State. Look at the women that came out, political court and China. And Almighty God, who created heaven and earth, changed this woman with rain yesterday. My brother, bad is not good. If you are supporting bad is going to locate you.
Okay.
Please, bring back the governor of River State. Thank you very much, my lovely brother.
All right, thank you very much, Ida. I mean, I know that you don't share their position, but that they all have problems with their husband. That's a lot of toxic marriages. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Oracle.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Chimadika. I'm calling from Mokuta.
Go ahead, Chima.
Mr. Oracle, from what we saw and what you played, I did not understand how Yesewike managed to come out in that protest. Because even the one that have been alleged supporting him, you don't even call his name. You not say, we thank Yesewike for bringing an emergency rule. We didn't hear it. But the ones that we saw that we alleged supporting the governor, we don't keep on calling Wike shouting. Wike wasn't the governor as of the emergency rule. Wike is not the president. Wike is not even the senators or the assembly people. So we should begin to understand those that have been state managed. Because you just want to come and bring down a benevolent man, then what did he do to you? If a man has worked so hard to embellish his name where it is it his fault? It's not an open market for anybody to come and sell and know what you go home with. Now let us go to the topic at hand. The people that went to study that protest, what did they protest for? That they don't want emergency rule and whatever. And you're in this state, when we were under dictatorship through democracy, that me I have told you before, that I believe in book, I know what is missing. But now in this state, nearby 27 constituencies we are doing tonight, what do they call that? But now in this state, nearby a land scheme and building an assembly complex, what do they call calm now. We cannot see very, very well. Now look at the other women. They were almost naked. What nonsense is that? Let me ask you. You allow your mother to go out in because of what? You want to just make sure you bring out somebody's place. And what you are inside? Is that the matter at hand?
All right, Chima.
Let me make it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, a couple of times I have to turn down the volume of my headphone because now I have kids. Losing my hearing would not be in my best interest. I'll take some calls shortly. Let's see what's happening with our messages. Mr. Sam, it's a Nigerian thing. It just gives an insight into how conquered the common Nigerians are in the hands of politicians. No matter how laudable an idea is, some must go against it for stomach's sake. Imagine saying, we love the caretaker administration. Rivers politics is bitterness pro max. Wow. Okay, and Ascetical A says, politicians, especially cunning ones, have turned Nigeria to a theater, writing and directing scripts, toiling and abusing our collective psychological well-being. Now I know why they love Operation Keep Them Poor, so they can be available for mischievous behavior, such as this purported counter-protest. No sane being will undertake in such a venture. Those ladies need an evaluation. I'm ashamed that we've all folded our hands and watched illegality live with us. History will not be kind to all those alive for this generational disgrace. Oracle, good evening. Okay, Philip, I see your message. Thank you very much. Good evening. Whether protest or counter-protest, one remains correct and unchanged. Both are pointers that something is seriously wrong and needs urgent attention. SF Smart from Agri State. I completely agree. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Sam.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Madam Dota, calling from Gokana.
Madam Dota, did you protest?
Did I do what?
Protest. Did you march? Did you take to the streets?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Tell us about it.
But I want to answer protest and counter-protest.
Yes, indeed.
I think so that you have the two sides of the story.
All right.
If you just get protest, one will have just one side of a story. And you will not get it complete.
Okay.
Yeah, so when the counter comes in, you have the other side. Then you go home and look at it all together and see how it comes up.
Okay.
And so for the one in white, I think that they didn't say they were protesting. They told us that they were on peace walk.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
They didn't caption anything as in protest. You will hear those who are protesting, you hear them from our own. Those who were in Port Harcourt were on peace walk. They want peace in their state. And I listened to the madam that spoke. That they want peace in their states. And they said they voted for the governor. And he turned them to slaves.
My goodness.
You understood all of that, Sam?
Lord have mercy.
So when we look at stories and we just take one side, maybe because everybody has gone to one side or the other. Let's try to look at it from how it all started. I'm sure most of those who were yesterday, in their white robes, they all voted for the governor. And they said after they voted for him, he turned them to slaves.
My goodness.
You understand? The assembly complex was brought down, like I listened to the madam. And nobody said anything. Those who are talking now didn't say anything then. I mean, I've been bothered about all of that, Sam. So this is our state. You hear reverse money for river people. You can't have many reverse people that are getting the money. You don't see. So I think we need to really come back home and see what is wrong with our own state.
Okay. Now, Madam Dota.
The same way others are living.
Yeah.
Or they come here and tell us that money is reverse money for river people, and therefore eating our money.
Okay.
Sam.
Now,
I'm for peace.
My response to your assertion about a peace walk, which I'm not arguing with, by the way, is that the placards the people who engage in a peace walk carried had the language of a protest. Right?
Like?
While the speech given by the woman who identified as their leader was about, this is what we came out. I remember seeing some of those placards. Good riddance to bad rubbish. We cannot stand for... I'm trying to remember, but I remember that good riddance. Right? Those statements were suggestive of what people carry in a protest. You can go... The videos are available on social media. So how do you respond to that?
Yeah. Like you read, I didn't see that one.
Okay.
Yes. The one I saw is that they want peace in their states.
Okay.
And I saw them in white.
All right.
They sign impunity, that they want peace.
Amazing. So
Thank
after
you,
this
sir.
call, thank you for calling and saying that. Please go check social media so that we can give some clarity to every perspective of the peace walk. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Sam.
Good evening.
Obed Chima. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
Mr. Sam, of course, you know the country we are. Part of that protest we actually sponsored, if you understand the reading of things.
Which one? The black or the white?
The white one, of course.
The white was
That's what
sponsored.
Yes, it was a sponsored protest.
Okay.
The person that led the protest is a former commissioner under Governor Wike. So you
Okay.
can know where all this is coming from.
No, hold on now. Hold on. Wait. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. But if you say something like a protest was sponsored, I'm going to ask you questions, right?
No, go ahead and ask me.
So who sponsored it? The fact that a person has a friend, he was a commissioner, like me now, I'm friends with somebody.
It was allegedly sponsored by the FCC minister.
Okay.
understand?
Allegedly sponsored. Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And, it's unfortunate because the person that led the protest, the husband was a former attorney general of this state. If this state was under emergency rule, then when the husband was the attorney general.
All right. The one of black, did anybody sponsor it?
No, it was not sponsored. It
Okay.
was not.
Okay.
In fact, the last protest that we were at, I was part of it.
Okay.
You understand? So that's why I can tell you clearly that indeed it was not sponsored. You
Okay.
understand? But, Mr. Sam, everything that is happening to this state, you understand? Nobody, I repeat, will tell you that we are in support of state of emergency. Everybody is talking against the actions of the president. So how will you come out and say you are supporting emergency rule? Because the River State funds, the entire River State is not in the pocket of the person you presume to be able to control the state. That is what all this is all about. And very unfortunate, these are women. You understand? So it is clear, Mr. Sam. Nobody will tell me.
Oh my. Okay. So one was allegedly sponsored and the other was not sponsored. But who is sponsoring all these things? I mean, I'm not for sponsoring protests, but is it that nobody wants to sponsor something, a project of mine? Do I need to fight a politician? I need sponsorship. Help me. Help my career. The protest from both wings is a stench and a mess in a supposed democratic system, and sadly, there are people that actually do not really care about what becomes of the country, so far as money lines up their pockets and money bags exchange hands. No name, but you gave your thoughts. Let's see what's happening on Facebook. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. MC Clev says, talk about the peace protest that was done yesterday. Stop being partisan. MC Clef, I don't know if you've been watching or listening, but I would advise that you deploy your powers of observation. Successful Rich says, good mother, counter-protest or not, what's evil is evil. Let the right thing be done. This counter-protest is that biased or based? Let our elected governor be restored to power. And Jolixon Samson, that is why even God sent down heavy rain on those that never do well. And on the white gown. Margot Chuk says the women are hypocritical. Which of them? I'm not quite sure. Pi Festus, that seems to be the final comment on Facebook, says, good afternoon. For me, I don't see anything wrong with the counter-protest. After all, everyone is indeed. But the fact remains that no one in his sane mind would justify what is going on in River State presently. The earlier we begin to condemn what is wrong, the better. Because if an abomination is not instantly condemned, it becomes a norm. Thank you. Okay, and Aniebet Essien was able to squeeze in his comment, said those who protested wearing white are from the FCT minister. Who was in the room? Bob Cassidy says the rain was enough to know where the protest came from. Okay, back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Sam.
Good evening, what's your name?
This is Promise calling you from Port Harcourt.
Right, Promise. Please be a bit more audible.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Sam, most times I always imagine certain things that happen in River State.
Okay.
I'm a youth in River State. I don't belong to any political party. I have uncles that belong to both APC and PDP and holding positions in River State, but I don't follow them. And the reason why I don't follow them is because I am an honest person.
Okay.
So I don't like being partisan, whether supporting this person or the other one. And that's why most of them, they don't even like welcoming me, you know. So as a youth, I graduated from Nigeria University. I graduated from the University of Calabar. I also graduated from Ignatius Adjue University of Education. The both places I did very well. At least I had 2 months. And you look at what is happening in River State. I am just imagining seeing my mother carrying a blackout, wearing white clothes. What are you protesting? That you are protesting that somebody from Calabar should come and become the governor of River State, or that a sitting governor should be removed from office and then a sole administrator should be in River State. Like Madam Dota was saying, my mother will now come out in the morning and carry blackout, and I'll be watching her. Like, these people do not have conscience. We went to school, and I know the pedigree I got for my own state. And that thing happened in Lagos. Why is it that in Lagos, they don't declare state of emergency in Lagos? That somebody from Yoruba will come to River State and declare state of emergency, and you are telling me that emergency is okay. Sin was doing very well. At least, look at the civil servants. Civil servants are working, and Sin is doing very well. No crisis in River State. And somebody from nowhere is now doing River State as the governor of River State. It pains me, seriously. Because me, I'm an activist. I don't support evil. And then what pains me the more is that there is a man I used to like, and that man is our former governor, Chief Barrister Wike. I love that man so much because he is vocal and then he does things very well. But I am surprised that with his pedigree, he is the one supporting sole administrator in River State, emergency rule in River State. The truth is that later in life, he will regret doing this because people will hold it against him. That in your own state, they declare state of emergency, and you were the person championing it. And look at what Madam Dota is saying, that he's a peaceful man. Okay, if you like what the man is doing, why will you come on the street? What are you coming to the streets to do? Is it not for you to relax in your house and then enjoy yourself?
Okay.
And you're coming on the streets that you want to show demonstration that what the man is doing is right.
All right, thank you very much.
Look at the man now. He has gone to all the local government, removed all the local government.
Thank you. I have to let you go. Now, I need to say this because there are rights and wrongs from the contribution of the caller whose call just ended. There's nothing wrong with what he said. It's his opinion. But you see, where he missed it was when he brought in ethnicity. And I want this to be a masterclass on conducting yourself as regards the comments that you drop on this platform. Like I said, he doesn't like the state of emergency, doesn't like the idea that there's a sole administrator, and he was doing so well. But the part where he said somebody from Calabar and somebody from Yoruba, that's where the problem lies. Not in how he feels, but how he expressed it. When we start to bring in the ethnicity, the gender, the sexuality, and some other cards that we play, it invalidates the position we hold. So I'm going to say this again. While you might be displeased with the policies of governments or even the government official, you can express those thoughts in a civil manner. You're not okay with the state, with the sole administrator, that's okay. You can share those views. But this idea that one Calabar man is coming to... You're too civilized to express yourself in that way. And when you now say the president of Nigeria, one Yoruba man declares state of emergency, that Yoruba man is the president, regardless of how you feel about him. And the minute he became the president, he ceased to be just a Yoruba man, but the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. You have a problem with that? There are many other ways to express them. But on this platform, civility is the currency. After the break, if I have time, we'll talk some more.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.